Welcome back. We've been talking about family priorities this month and how we should lead our family to prioritize the things that matter most. Now, we've all seen it. We're at a park playing with our kids, and there are children there who are completely unsupervised. Now, it's not that their parents aren't there. The parents are actually just sitting a little bit away on a bench, but they are completely engrossed with their phones. Or maybe you're at a soccer game watching your child play and the parent beside you isn't even watching. Instead, they're scrolling through social media. Now, before we go any further, let's be honest and say that this has probably been us at one time or another. Or maybe this describes us more often than not. I think what we need to confess is that when we're with our kids, we often feel a pull towards disengagement rather than engagement. It is tempting to disengage from our kids' world and instead engage in our own. We do this all the time. We do it when we're in the car and we put on a movie because we want a moment of silence. Or when we're at the dinner table and everybody is scrolling instead of talking. Engaging our kids takes work and intentionality, but let me suggest two different ways in which we can do it. First, we can engage in our children's world. For those of you with little kids, that might mean playing make-believe and getting on the floor with them. And as they get older, it's going to look more like joining in on their favorite activities. I have one child who loves to sit and tell me about her book, and another who loves when I throw the football with her in the backyard. And when they get to high school, it might mean listening to their favorite music, watching movies that they like, and getting to know their friends. Whatever is important to our children should be important to us. Secondly, we can engage our children in our world. Not everything always has to be about our kids. Take your child to work with you sometimes. Bring them along when you engage in one of your favorite hobbies. Show them one of your favorite movies from childhood. The important thing is that we push into engaging in relationship with our kids. It can be so easy to think that when you're disengaging with your kids, you're not going to see long-term consequences. But we all know that relationships that we build with our kids when they're little will only benefit the relationship that we desire to have with them when they're teenagers. Maybe you've heard the phrase, listen now and they'll talk later. I think the same can be said about engagement. Engage them now and they'll engage with you later. We all know what it feels like when we have someone who is really interested in getting to know us, when they ask good questions, when they show interest in our feelings, and when they care about the things we care about. Let's be one of those people for our kids.
Thank you, Jenna, for that message. And thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Fridays Are for Families. We place a high value on discipleship, specifically at home, because we believe that strong disciples are made at home. And that is why we have a heart to do what we can to empower and equip you to grow as a disciple of Jesus yourself and a disciple maker of your kid. If you have any specific requests for information you would like to hear about, we invite you to share them with us, either by commenting on this video on YouTube or Facebook, or by emailing us at family@lifeatpathway.com. We look forward to seeing you next week.